It's day 19 of our 2023 New Year's Challenge. Hey friends, it's Kate here. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am so excited to have you here for this class. Our theme for this week is I am proud of myself for showing up. So thank yourself for being here today already, for making the time, the commitment to do something kind for your body. Now I have a 10-minute foam rolling class that's really all about our lower body. We're going to get into our hips, a little bit of our low back. Some of my favorite kind of rolling stuff is really for hips and glutes, so this is one of my favorite sequences to do for myself on a very regular basis. You do need a foam roller. Really doesn't matter the size. It can be long or short for this class. Just go ahead, roll out your mat. Let's get started. Let's start standing. Fingertips dangling, ears lift high, open up across the chest. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, chin to chest. Bend the knees, forward fold. Hold there for a moment. Sway the hips right and left. Maybe grab your elbows and a little ragdoll side to side. Release the fingers and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Take a big breath in, hands lift high, hands behind the head, elbows wide. Let's take a little side stretch to your right. Come on up, side stretch to your left. Come on up and release. Now I'm going to grab my foam roller. If you don't have a tall one like me and you want to come to a wall, that's a great place. But I'm simply going to hold on with both hands, walk my feet back, and deeply bend my knees. If you're at the wall, your hands don't have to be together. You can have them shoulder distance. You can also hold on to the back of the chair. That'd be fine too. Start to round and arch the back. Round and arch the back. One more time. Let it go. Dangle your right hand to the floor. And you might kind of swivel it around, just letting it soften. Opposite hand up, opposite hand down. Again, just swivel. Now, one more time, let's take our right hand, flapping it to the floor, and I want you to hold on to your left thigh. Straighten your left leg, bend the right, and start to look underneath your left armpit. It's like I'm trying to guide my shoulder underneath the whole arm as well. Let that go. Take one hand back to the foam roller and flap your left hand down. I'll gather my hand over to the other side, hopefully not crushing my mic. Straighten the right leg, finding that lovely low back stretch, and then twisting, trying to look underneath the armpit. Big inhale, big breath out. Let that go. Both hands back to the foam roller. Tuck your tail as you roll all the way up to standing. Hopefully we feel a little bit more awake already. Take your foam roller down on your mat and take a seat on top of it. There's usually a sweet spot where we'll find a good place to sit. My sitting bones are a little bit behind the foam roller. If it feels better to have yourself a little closer, that's okay. But I'm going to actively flex my feet, reach my ears up high, take both hands high, full big inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand back, left hand forward. Look to your back hand. Unravel. Same thing, other side. Unravel. Both hands lift up. Turn to face your right leg. Hinge from the hips and just reach your fingertips past your body, past your toes. Don't worry about reaching for the toes themselves. Keep your hands up by your ears. Do tuck the chin into the chest like we do in our Pilates class. Forward fold like there's a great big beach ball on top of your leg, really letting the head dangle. Slide back up, find your nice tall seat. Both hands lift high. turn to face your left leg, grow up a little taller, a little straighter, and then again, hinge from the hips. Stick your tushy out. Reach past your toes. Big inhale, exhale, big forward fold. Roll yourself up to a nice tall seat. This is a little bit awkward, but I'm going to take my hands back behind me, bend my knees, and roll the foam roller over my tushy and then back underneath. Just pulling it back and forth a few times. Now, for some of us, this can be really intense, just a small little roll side to side, and if this is all we're going to do here, it's okay. Eventually, what feels quite nice to me is to bend my knees enough that I can cross my right leg over my left in a little figure 4, and then I will again a little bit of a smaller roll back and forth, taking it this way and that. And you might start doing a few little twists. I usually pause in a spot where I can balance a little bit, and I will twist towards my bent knee and away, towards that bent knee and away. One more time, little twist. I usually hold here. This can be a pretty darn intense place for some of us. You might roll a little bit more on your tushy, making any lovely faces you need to. And then pause, cross the opposite leg over, and start that same thing on the other side. Just a little rock and roll, waking up your glute. As we did on the first side, you might start to roll towards the bent knee and release. Roll towards the bent knee and release. Once or twice more. And then let it go. This part will feel real awkward. It's okay. I'm going to come all the way down to my back. Now, if that feels inaccessible to get there the way that I just did, come down to the floor, bend your knees, and lift the hips up and slide the foam roller out from underneath you in that fashion. Take a moment here and just pause. Make sure that the foam roller is beneath your sacrum, your hips, your butt, not your low back. It should not feel like you're in a big forced back bend here. It should feel like it's propping up your booty. I usually hold onto the foam roller so it doesn't feel like it's going to shoot out from beneath me. You can hold around the sides here or the edges, whatever is most natural. Pull your right knee into your chest. Start to circle your right knee around. And then find a figure 4. Lift up your bottom leg. Pull your shin into your chest. Tuck your tail and maybe take a little windshield wiper, a little sway side to side. This is a spot where I can hang out for a really long time. Know that you're more than welcome to. It's also a very intense place for some of us, so know that you don't have to stay any longer than what's going to work for you. Slowly make both feet return to your mat. And then as we did on the other side, pull the knee in at first. Find a little circle, a little movement. And then figure 4. Pick up the knees, pull everything in, really tuck the tail, and a little sway, a little movement side to side. You might straighten and bend a few times. From here, unravel, pull both knees into your chest. Maybe straighten the legs. If that's too much, just keep the knees bent. I really want you to think about tucking the tail, kind of pointing the sitting bones up to the sky, with legs bent or straight either way. Totally your call. Rebend both knees. Set both feet on the floor. Adjust the foam roller if it feels like it's moved out of place at all. I do take my hands away from the foam roller for this one, so if the foam roller falls away, not the end of the world. Like we started that first little series, I'm going to again pull my right knee into my chest, but this time hug around with both hands as I extend my left leg away.
I envision someone pulling my ankle on the left leg towards the wall away from me, while I hug my right knee into my chest. Take a big deep inhale. Easy breath out. And then slowly let that go. Both feet return to the mat. Guide your left knee into your chest. Give it a hug, a squeeze. Extend the right leg away. Hold there for a moment. Find any movement if it feels good. A big deep breath. Big sigh out. Let it go. Plant both feet on the floor. Lift the hips up. Move the foam roller out from beneath you. If you can, take it down so it's supporting the ankles. Let yourself settle. Hands can relax wherever feels best. Close the eyes. Give yourself permission just to be still. And slowly roll to one side, pushing yourself up to a seat. As always, a pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. Thanks for joining me today, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.